This book, I just want to say fuck you, Emily Henry. All right, hello everyone. Oh my god, I'm back. I have not been here in forever. I know everyone noticed and they missed me, and I know that they really noticed that I was not on here because everyone cares about me, right? Anyway, I love being a hater. It's my favorite time of the year. I get to tell everyone what books I loved and what books I hated this year. And I'm just going to get into it. This was not a good year. I did not start the year off right. I read Runaway Love by Melanie Harlow. This was such a disappointing read. I think I gave it like 3 stars, but thinking back, I should have gave it 1 because I cannot remember anything I read besides the fact that it was insta love. The main girl kind of acted like a child, and it all happened so fast. There was no real plot, and if there was a little bit of a plot, it wasn't interesting. Um, it was not good. It was just not good. The next book I read was not better either. It was The Ritual by Chantel Tessier, whatever. This book, I don't even know why I still have it. It was horrible. You can see where I stopped reading. It's a dark romance, and I'm not opposed to dark romances. I was in the mood to read a little dark romance. I don't know why authors love putting SA into books and thinking it's hot. Like, I don't know. It's like time and place. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? This book was not good. I made a TikTok about it because it was also cringy. On top of the not being well written, being stupid, having essay, it was just cringy. And it felt like a really poorly written Wattpad book. That's what this felt like. And don't get me wrong, I can get down to a Wattpad fanfic, a Wattpad book. This was just the worst of the worst. I actually hate this fucking book so fucking much. If you want to go to my TikTok and see what I'm talking about, it's like my pinned video. It's like, what the fuck? This book was horrible. I'm not even gonna get into it. It was horrible. It was horrible. And if you like this book, I'm questioning things. And I don't judge people for what they read, but if you liked this and you could sit through all of this, good God. Like, actually, good God. Those 2 books starting out in the beginning of the year, I was like, should I even keep reading? But then I'm glad I did because I started to read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This book, I think about this book all the time. It's a small town country romance. Emmy, Clementine, but they call her Emmy. He, like me. um, her dad owns this ranch. Her brothers work on it. Her brothers are best friends with Luke Brooks. They hated each other when they were little. He would always pester her. You know how your brother's friends are. I don't have a brother, but I know I can imagine how their friend would be with me. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that vibe. And then she comes back cuz she's like a famous horse rider, and he's like, "Oh my god, she got hot. Like, I need to get some of that." And she's like, "Oh my god, he's hot as fuck." And he also owns a bar. It's just perfect. Like, there's no flaws in this book. Like, this book, I want to reread it. And I think I might need to because these books I read this year are horrible and I just need something good in my life. Um I really recommend this. If you liked the Chestnut Spring series, yeah. And then this is just so disappointing. I read Butcher and Blackbird, another dark romance. I was so excited for this. Enemies to lovers, they're both killers. Like, it just sounded so good, and it definitely was not. I don't know what it was about this. I just thought it was so boring, and it didn't really make sense. Like, it was kind of confusing me. I don't know why. It's not like it was written I think there was just too much stuff thrown in all at once and too many characters, and it just kind of took me out of it. And it wasn't interesting or fun or I don't know. I just did not like it. Mind you, this was in January. I can't remember every single thing about this. All in all, it was just not good. I don't know how people like it. I mean, good for you. I've heard a lot of people that like this book. I could not. I was like, oh my god, shoot me. The last little bit, I had to skim. It just was not good. It was not entertaining. I don't know. Whatever. Don't know. And then I don't have the physical copy. I downloaded it legally on my tablet, but it's 100% Match by Patrick something, I think. I can't remember. I have a video of this on my YouTube if you want a full detailed review. It was kind of fucked up. Nothing too crazy. It's 90 pages. It's like a novella. Nothing crazy. It was okay. Then it's God sent this book to me myself personally because he was like, Emily, I know you're having a horrible reading year. I know every book is putting you in a book slump. Here, let me guide you the way. And if I could pull it out of my fucking bookshelf. Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. First of all, I posted this picture. I posted a picture of me with this book on my Instagram story, and I tagged Kennedy Ryan, and she liked it, and she thought it was funny, and then she reposted it on her story. Oh my god, queen! I love her. I want to meet her so bad. Anyway, Long Shot is a basketball romance, but it's much more than that. Okay, it's much more. It talks about domestic abuse. It talks about why victims can't always just leave. It does such a good job of it, as well as a forbidden love. Like, it's so fucking good. It's what Colleen Hoover wishes she could do with It Ends With Us. I swear, like, this book, it did something to me. Like, I don't know, I think about it all the time. It is such a good book. It's so entertaining. It's just so much. It felt like a soap opera. Like, it's so good. I love this book so much. I read it in like March, I think, and I still think about it. It's so fucking good. What are you doing? Go read it, please. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. But then I read her sister, Blockshot. I don't remember who it's about because they all connect. Oh, I think the guy is like, the guy in here has some correlation to someone in the first book. I don't remember because this book honestly was not that good compared to Longshot. Sorry, there's dust. It was cute. It was sweet. I just didn't really like the main guy. He was too aggressive for me, I think. I liked that it talked about like body image and like because the main girl is plus sized. I did like that aspect. I liked the side plot more than the romance. Like, I didn't give a fuck about the romance, but I really liked the main girl in this. I don't remember her name. Banner, stupid fucking name. No hate. I think I gave it like 3 stars. Like, it was good, but like not really. Like, I would never pick it up again. I've never even thought about it again since I read it. So that should tell you some tea about it. And then I read another pretty good book. I read The Duke Undone by Joanna Lowell. It takes place in like Pride and Prejudice time, and it's really fucking good. I need to read more historical romances. It was so good. The main guy is a duke, and he does not have a good reputation. He goes out and drinks, just that kind of guy. And the main girl is an artist. Like, she wants to be like a famous artist. She's in art school, I believe, and she sees this naked man. Like, she's walking home and she sees this naked man like on the ground, and she's like, oh my god, he's beautiful, but like I shouldn't be looking, like what the fuck. But then she keeps the image in her mind, and then she goes home and she paints it because they painted nude people back then. Well, I guess they still do, but like, you know what I mean? That was like the thing. Somehow the duke gets his hands on it, and he's like, why the fuck did you paint me naked? And she's like, oh my god, you're a duke, I didn't know I painted you. Kind of like that. I don't really remember anything else. My memory's not that good. Um, that's kind of concerning. I don't remember anything I read. Anyway, this was really good, really cute. If you like Pride and Prejudice, you should read it. It's not written like terribly like old timey like Pride and Prejudice, but it does have that aspect of it. It doesn't feel like a modern book, and it's really good. I need to read more. I'm in front of my romance bookshelf, not my thriller psychological bookshelf. So I'm not getting up. I'm sorry. And I read The Perfect Marriage. Who wrote it? Genevieve Rose. I give this book 5 stars. I read it in like 2 sittings. Like, I read half of it one time sitting down, and the next time I sat down, I read it all. Like, it was so good. It had me like pulled in. I was like, who the fuck? I was making my own theories. It's a thriller, by the way. The wife is a lawyer, and her husband is accused of murdering his person that he had an affair with, and he's like, I swear to god I didn't do it. And she ends up being his like attorney or whatever. It's really good. The only complaint I had is the very ending. There should have been foreshadowing. Should have been foreshadowing from the author, so the ending made more sense. That's all I'm gonna say, so you don't get spoiled. But I had a really fun time reading it. Then the next book I read, the second book in the Done and Dusted series, Swift and Saddled. I liked this book. I read all 3 of the books this year, the entire series. This was the one that I liked the least. It was good and cute. It's just like, I don't know, I didn't really like the main guy that much because he's a nice guy, and that's his whole thing of like, oh, I'm so nice, so no one wants me. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, maybe get a backbone. I'm kidding. I like Ada. This is Ada. This is Wes. He hires her from the city to come down on their ranch and rebuild this like house cabin thing. Coop. I don't remember. I don't remember something again. Okay. She's an interior designer. She goes to live on the ranch for the summer so they can, or winter. whatever. All you need to know, it's good. Okay, city girl, country boy, it's good. Okay, it's good. Um, Definitely don't go out of your way to read it first. Read the first one first, and then this. I was a little disappointed in it, not gonna lie, but it was good. So better than some of the shit I've read this year. So I let it slide. Okay. The next one I did have to reread. One of my favorite romance books of all time, Flawless by Elsie Silver. I reread this year because I had no more cowboy romances to read, and I had to go on Amazon and like buy a lot of them. And I was like, what am I gonna do in the meantime? Reread Flawless. Do you see all these annotations? What the fuck could I be annotating in a romance book? I don't know, but I love this book. If you don't know what it is, Rhett Eaton is a bull rider. Yeah, he is. He lives, or his family has a ranch. He has brothers. The main girl, Summer, she is like a PR person. Rhett doesn't have a good image. She comes down to live with him for the summer so she can fix his image and so he can't get canceled because he did something to get canceled. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I kind of want to reread it right now. It's good. It's good. It's good. And then I read Powerless by Elsie Silver. It's the third book in the Chestnut Spring series. I had never read it. I actually skipped over it because I didn't care about the people who were in it. It's Rhett Eaton from the last book I just told you. His cousin, not cousin, family friend, and Rhett's cousin, the girl. So like they grew up together, but they're not related. He's a hockey player. I didn't really give a fuck because you're not a country boy, but I read it just so I could read all the books in the series. This was not good. Like it was not good. The only entertaining part was the sex, and that's really bad. Cause I usually skip over sex scenes now, cause I'm getting older. I don't care about sex in books anymore. But like I had to read it because I was bored. If I didn't read the sex scenes, I was gonna put it down. Like it was that bad. I didn't like it. It had potential, but she did not eat with it, I fear. This book, Smoking Gun, it's a cowboy romance, okay, by Lainey Lawson. This book was like a cowboy romance turned into mafia. Like, I swear to God, this book is dog shit. I had to skip through it, and I don't even know how the ending was because I just skipped through it. I promise I'm a reader and I actually read. It's just like these books this year. If you read this book, you would know, like, this book was like unreal. First of all, it was insta love. The main girl is a doctor. She's like in her 30s. And she acts like a fucking 16-year-old, okay? Bitch, be for real. You're a fucking doctor and you act like you're a 16-year-old. Anyway, it was cringy. The main guy is the typical dark, mysterious, like, oh, what the fuck do you want? You know, like Hardin Scott-esque vibe. Insta love. They meet each other. He works with her brother on a ranch. The moment they meet, they're like, oh my God, I want to fuck you. Like, I want to fuck you. And I'm just like, okay, like, what happened to hi? Hello? Who are you? It's crazy. And the entire book, they get together like instantly, and it's just sex. And I'm like, I'm not here for just sex. Sorry. And then somehow she gets kidnapped. I don't know. It felt like a fucking fever dream. I had to fucking stop reading it because I was like, what the fuck am I reading? I don't have time for this. I'm wasting my time. It was fucking dog shit. Like everyone on Goodreads says the same. They're like, what the fuck is this book? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, please, I can't say that, but I was gonna say KYS because what the hell? This was like an okay book. Like it was good while I was reading it. Does that make sense? But then after I finished, I was like, I just need a good book to read. This is King of Country by C.W. Farnsworth. The main guy, I think his name's, Kyle Spencer. He's a country singer. Famous country singer. And she's the typical city girl. They have a forced proximity. They start to like each other. It goes on from there. These romance books are kind of getting repetitive. I need something fun and fresh. Like, it was okay. It was good. Like, whatever. Not amazing. This next book is also on my thriller shelf. It's Hidden Bodies. It's the second book to the You series. I've reread the first You book like 5 different times. I love that book. I fucking love it. Oh, there's an old lady outside. Don't fall. Why would I say that? It was a good book. I enjoyed more so because I've watched the You series. I liked comparing the book to the second season of the show to see like the differences and the similarities. That's the only reason why I read it. It was fun. I like the second season more than the second book, but I like both the first book and the first season. Like they did really good with that. But like, does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. What the fuck ever. Okay. Then this might have been my favorite read of this year. Maybe not. Maybe like a close second. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is the first book I've read by her, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm kind of scared to read it, but it was really good. Like it was the perfect rom-com. Like I'm always scared to read rom-coms because I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be so fucking cheesy. I can't deal. It was the good amount of cheesy and you know comedy. Like it was just good. It's just a good book. Like it's a good fucking book. It's just a feel good book. And there's also like some side plots and you're like, oh, and like it's just not like if you want a good book with no sex in it, they don't do it till here probably. It's really good. It's just all tension. It's all building up. It's a slow burn. It's good. It's good. I give it 5 stars. I want to reread it. It's really good. I really like the main guy. I usually don't like the golden retriever nice guy, but I liked it. I liked him. I probably shouldn't count this book in this video because I did not finish it, but I think I got to like 50% or so. I saw this at Walmart one day. Savor It by Tara DeWitt. I've never seen anyone talk about this book, and I know why. It's because it was horrible. It was so fucking boring. I'm not even gonna count this. And the cover looks so cute, and I usually hate people on it. And I was like, this is gonna be such a good read just because the cover is so cute. No, it was not. It took the life out of me. It like sucked my life out of my body. Oh my god, another fucking book I hated. Let's fucking go. Funny story by Emily. I'm getting worked up. I can't talk. Funny story by Emily Henry. This book, I just want to say fuck you, Emily Henry. Because this book, I had high expectations for this because I love Beach Read. I have the special edition right now on my shelf right now looking at me. And I love Beach Read. And I liked Happy Place. But this fucking book, fuck you for writing this. This was full of fucking bullshit and like boringness. And I hated their relationship. It didn't make sense. I hated it. It was so boring. The side plot was just fucking stupid. His backstory was dumb. I don't like him. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. I like it took me so long to get through this. I watched Twisters when it came out, and seeing it 2 times in the theater didn't do it for me. I needed a book. I needed a Storm Chaser, Enemies to Romance, cowboy book. That's very specific, I know, but I made a TikTok. I was like, does anyone know of any books? Blah, blah. And 2 authors actually commented, and they were like, you should read my book. It's like 2 separate books. I haven't read one of them, but I read this one called Storm Warning by Nellie Wilson. It was pretty good. It felt like a Twisters fanfic a little bit. Kind of just no plot, just sex and storm chasing. But in the moment, I was like, I need it. Like, I really need it. Shout out to you for telling me about that. It was pretty good. I need to read another one. But I was just, you don't understand how obsessed I was, me and my sister, with Twisters. And then I read Baby Teeth by Zosha Staj. I don't know how you say her name. No hate. I don't know how you say her name. This was a thriller. This was a really good book. This was really good. It's about literally a baby who wants to kill her mom. Like she fucking hates her mom. And you don't know like if like the kid's possessed, if she's psycho, if the mom's psycho, if it's like, it's told from the kid's point of view and the mom's point of view. I have a full video that I've never posted because I just don't have the fucking time to post videos anymore. But I might post it still. I don't know. But it's like a full in-depth video. And like, because it was fucked up. There were times where I literally was like, I can't keep reading this. And I like put it down and I was like gagging. But then my mom read it and she's like, why did you gag over that? Like, it was good, but like it didn't make me sick. And I'm like, well, I guess fuck me. But it was really good. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first one in the series. I annotated it once. You can tell that I didn't like it. It sounded so good. Like this guy needed help on his farm, on his ranch with like his horses and stuff, and then she got hired, so he was her boss. It sounds really good. And like they don't like each other in the beginning for no reason, of course, but they don't like each other. It sounded really good, but I expected so much more from Elsie Silver. I think this was her first ever book she's ever written. So maybe that's why. And let me like not be so mean cuz like yeah, I'm not even an author. Like Like, what do I know? But like, it felt very like cringy and Wattpad like. It did not feel like Elsie Silver wrote this and Flawless. Like that is not the same Elsie Silver. Like I don't know. Like I could barely get through it. I did not like this book. It was very corny. It was not even written good. Like I Dare You to Hate Me by B Celeste. This book was so good. It's a football second chance kind of. They're friends when they're little and they get separated and then they see each other again at college. And he's a football player and he's about to go pro. Um it's really good and it has like a lot of dark themes and it talks a lot about like mental health and it just this is a good book. This is a good romance. I like that there's a plot as well as a romance as well as it being written good. Like that shouldn't be a lot to ask for, but it is these days. Whatever. Really good. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I've never read anything by Megan Quinn, but I do have a Not So Meet Cute to read. And I've heard really good things about it. So I was like, oh, she wrote a Christmas book. Let me fucking read it. It did not put me in the Christmas spirit. It actually kind of made me want to um I was really into it for a little bit, but then it just dragged on and on and on. Like, holy shit. Like, it would not get to a stopping point. What the fuck is this? It did not need to be that long. It did not need to be that long. It really didn't. The chapters dragged on. If you're gonna have a big book, make sure there's stuff happening in it that actually correlates to the story. Like that so stuff that you really need to put in there. And then there's a scene. I mean, I didn't think it was that crazy because I've definitely heard of crazier, I feel like. But like I've seen so many people on TikTok talking about it. There is a scene. I had to skip through the sex scenes because there was so much. I was just trying to get to the end of the story. There's a scene where he has a candy cane and he like shoves or he like does stuff to her with it. I don't know what that was. He like does stuff to her with it, and I'm like, and there's also pictures in this book, and there's a picture. There's an art picture. I'm just like, can we not put that in books? Like, I'm already embarrassed to read romance out in public, and then like, what if someone looks over my shoulder and just saw that? That is so fucking embarrassing. Oh my god, let's not. Like, can we just fucking stop? I read Lost and Lassoed. It's the third book in the Done and Dusted series. It's about Teddy and Gus. And this is Emmy's brother and her best friend. Yeah, it was really good. He's a single dad. It was very Heartless by Elsie Silver. Like it's literally that to a T. Like I'm not kidding, but it was really good. I don't care. And right now I'm reading Little Women so I can watch the movie. And then I'm also reading this cowboy romance called Dust Storm. I have not heard about it on anything. I just literally searched stuff on Amazon and I found it. It's a small town cowboy romance, I think. So I read 24 books this year out of my goal was 25, but I'm just a busy woman. I work 2 jobs now. That's why I have not been able to post like anything. You can definitely follow my TikTok though. I might post my review of Baby Teeth because it's like a reading vlog slash review because like you get my full reaction in it. Um so yeah. Thank you guys. Peace out.